Hello, my fellow boils and ghouls. With my birthday upcoming next Monday of this month of June, I decided to get a special soda to prepare myself for that. I got myself a Coca-Cola, right? But it ain't no ordinary Coke, because if you've watched my channel long enough, you know that I'm a stickler for the extraordinary. I got myself a Mexican Coca-Cola. Looks very classy and quite interesting. Very old-fashioned looking. Nothing too special. I only paid like $1.40 for it. And what's special about Mexican Coke is instead of corn syrup in the sweetening process, they actually use natural sugar. And it also has a little bit of caffeine. Let me see here. 34 milligrams, so it's pretty weak. It's about the same as a cup of coffee. Anyway, let's give this a try. But before we do that, I got a history lesson for y'all. You want to know who invented Coke? The guy who invented it, he actually fought for the Confederate States of America. And he was a pretty high-ranking person. He was a colonel in the Confederate cavalry, if I'm correct. Anyway, next time you see a pathetic shit-faced liberal, be like, yo, guess what? And they'll be like, what, man? Be like, and you show them a Coke, and you're like, what about it? And you tell them about that, and look at how quickly their jaw will drop. It's just priceless. And with the whole movement and shit against like Aunt Jemima and all that bullshit, I highly doubt that the liberal snowflake media and all that bullshit, I highly doubt they're going to remove Coca-Cola's emblem and just iconic American influence. Because let's just say Coca-Cola is a very popular drink in America. Like, it's like the most heavily drinking soda in the United States. And it's a good piece of history. And it's going to take a lot more than a bunch of liberal snowflakes to remove that. Psh, fuck those guys. Anyway, let's drink this boy up. I got my clove cigar. There's the cloves as evidence. Motherfucker. Oh, that's what I needed in the morning. Shit. Anyway, drink up into life and death. If there's one thing that you'll notice when you drink a Mexican Coke versus a American Coke, it's the sweet process that they use. Like I said earlier, they use normal sugar, and you'll taste that very quickly. Corn syrup has like this disgusting sticky sugar taste. This doesn't have that. It's more watered down, but in a good way. And it's also a very smooth flavor. With that kind of sweet, sugary kind of chocolate kind of flavor. With other ingredients in it. But for me, Coca-Cola has a very kind of subtle, like, chocolate kind of flavor. It's subtle, but it's not like a strong chocolate, if you know what I mean. Very good stuff. This is one of the best drinks you can get in the market, for sure. On a 5-star rating scale, I'd give it 5 stars. Very, very quickly. It's a very good drink. Goes really well with pizza, a good burger, especially a good burger. goes well with pretty much anything, like in terms of a good meal. I highly recommend the Mexican Coke instead of the American. The Mexican is far superior in taste and in overall flavor. And it has a very clean and smooth flavor overall, like, and of course it has the iconic Coca-Cola sweet flavor. Can't go wrong with that. And I'm gonna add another clove because the clove is burned away. Alright, let's get a clove up in here. Give it that iconic Critex taste and sound, which I know and enjoy. Voila, there's the clove. All you gotta do is light that bitch up and enjoy. That is how you have a good cigar. And even though the cigars that I'm smoking are pretty cheap, like the chocolate one here, which is also a pretty good flavor with a clove, definitely add some cloves if you can handle the spicy numbing sensation. It's a experience you can't miss and enjoy. And it has like a spicy numbing sensation, which I absolutely love. As for places that you can get the Mexican Coke, sometimes you can find it at a supermarket. Sometimes they have like a stand full of Mexican sodas. You usually can find it in like the international section, or at a international store. There's an international grocery store that I go to at a local town called Carbondale, and the guy that owns the building, he sells Mexican Coke, the Doritos, which are also pretty good, especially if you want a good Mexican meal, like authentic. It's really good. I'll make future videos on those soon. And other foreign drinks, some from Thailand. I mean, he has it all. And they're pretty interesting stuff. Mark my words. But no doubt, if it was up to me, I'd only drink the Mexican Coke. Far better flavor, and in fact, this was the original Coca-Cola flavor back in like the 1990s and prior. Before Coca-Cola removed the cocaine that made people addicted to this shit back in like the 1910s and 1890s era. That's when it actually had cocaine. Back then, that was the real Coca-Cola. Like, that'll get you revved up quick. Far quicker than tobacco, that's for damn sure. Far much better and simpler than the American Coke. Like I said, the American Coke has corn syrup, and if you know corn syrup, it has like a slightly sticky aftertaste in the mouth and gums. It's not the most pleasant experience, especially if you're a soda fan. In fact, if it was up to me, I'd remove corn syrup entirely in all the sodas that I make. That shit is disgusting. And usually, when it is incorporated pretty well, it's usually butchered with all these other chemicals and colorings and all that bullshit. But then again, I kind of have a guilty pleasure with that myself. I mean, I like drinking the Frostbite Mountain Dew that I'm using as an ashtray. But anyway, I'm going to save that for later. Good shit. You just watched my review of the Coca-Cola from Mexico. Very good stuff. Far superior to the American Cokes in both flavor and in the ingredient content. It's much more natural, which I will high five Mexico for. Far superior. Very good shit. 5 stars easy. Highly recommend y'all getting yourself the Mexican Coke one of these days. And I guarantee all of y'all that if you want to enjoy yourself and have a good time, Mexican Coke will do it for you. And if not, there's plenty of other Mexican drinks out there for y'all to enjoy. Anyway, I'm Chainsmoking Mike. Stay tuned for more videos. And wish me a happy birthday next Monday on the 29th of June. Thanks. Have a good one, y'all, and rock and roll.